Welcome in to NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. Coming up on today's show, we are going to talk about trade targets for the New England Patriots as well as the Cincinnati Bengals. And you may be wondering, well, why are we doing specific coverage of these two teams? Well, they are a part of our newest program of affiliates here in the Chat Sports family, as we have our Patriots Today channel and our Bengals Breakdown channel. And you can subscribe to both those channels for free. It doesn't cost you a thing. So if you want more coverage, whether you're a Patriots fan or a Bengals fan, you need to subscribe. Go to youtube.com/Patriots Today for our Patriots channel, or you can go to youtube.com/Bengals TV for our Bengals channel. Subscribe now. Make sure all your fellow fans of those teams subscribe as well, and we'll get started with today's show. Welcome in to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. Coming up on today's show, we have the latest New England Patriots trade rumors, those involving DeAndre Hopkins. We will get to that right now, as Bleacher Report has named D-Hop as the Patriots' dream offseason trade target. Now, that sounds interesting, doesn't it? The idea of bringing in one of the best receivers in the National Football League to play alongside Mac Jones and give some juice to this offense. That sounds pretty exciting, right? Well, here's what Christopher Knox had to say about this dream, as we'll get dreamy here on Patriots Today. If New England hopes to see Mac Jones return to being a Pro Bowl quarterback, and that remains an if for now, acquiring a true number one would make plenty of sense. There are two factors to consider, though. For one, Hopkins has no control over where he's traded. Secondly, O'Brien is running the offense in New England, not the entire show. But if this is a pairing that Belichick believes can work, it will happen. Remember, things did not end well between Bill O'Brien and DeAndre Hopkins there in Houston. But it's an interesting idea, isn't it? I mean, you look at DeAndre Hopkins likely moving on from Arizona. The Patriots clearly have a need there. They could probably give up more in draft capital than a lot of other teams could because of the need that they have at the position. It makes a lot of sense. Just, I think if they can figure out the Bill O'Brien element, then it definitely makes sense. More on this in just a second. Before we do, folks, hit the sub button for more Patriots news all offseason as we cover your team like nobody else does. And if you want more Patriots videos, then you got to subscribe to the channel so we can put more resources into our New England Patriots content. Doesn't cost you a thing. Make sure your fellow Patriot fans subscribe as well. YouTube.com/Patriots Today to subscribe. You'll be glad you did. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. The depth chart for the Patriots, Jacoby Myers is about to enter free agency, as is Nelson Aguilar. Devontae Parker is your number one receiver, it would seem, for now heading into next year. So D-Hop joining this fold would be a huge upgrade, especially if you lose Jacoby Myers, who this past year had 67 catches, 804 yards, and 6 touchdowns, which was better than any other receiver on this roster. And obviously you still have Hunter Henry around. Ramondre Stevenson was really good in the backfield as a receiving back, but you need more than that. The Patriots have a good foundation. They have some good elements there, but they're looking to take that next step, and that's where we could see DeAndre Hopkins be a part of that fold and really help out Mac Jones. Should the Patriots trade for DeAndre Hopkins? Simple question. We'll ask you here on Patriots Today. If you think they should, go ahead and get in the comments section. Let us know. Type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. Let us know why you feel one way or the other, whether they should trade for DeAndre Hopkins or not. Get rowdy in that comment section. Tell me what you're feeling as far as that goes. Here are the last 4 seasons on DeAndre Hopkins. As you can see, in 2022, he played 9 games, was suspended the first 6 games of the year due to a failed drug test, but still went on to have a pretty solid year with 717 yards and 3 touchdowns. You don't have to go very far back to find his 1,400-yard season he had in 2020 with 6 touchdowns, and back in 2019 when he had 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns. His resume is pretty impressive. 3-time first-team All-Pro from 2017 to 2019, 5-time Pro Bowler in 2015, 2017 through 2020. And back in 2017, he led the NFL in touchdown receptions with 13 total there in that season. So D-Hop, one of the all-time greats and an opportunity potentially to bring him to New England. And I think this would be really good for Mac Jones. I believe in Mac Jones, but you got to show that you believe in Mac Jones and get him the help he needs to get to that next step. You already brought in a really good coordinator in Bill O'Brien, and you got rid of Matt Patricia, thank goodness. Now, if you want Mac Jones to succeed, you got to provide him help to do so. DeAndre Hopkins could be just that. Subscribe to the channel now for the latest happenings on your favorite team, and we'll see you next time right here on Patriots Today.
Welcome back into Bengals Breakdown by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey. Some more trade rumors for you guys on tap today. This time from Bleacher Report. They laid out some blockbuster trade ideas focused on building the next great defense, and they have the Bengals acquiring one Cameron Jordan, the longtime and very productive and talented and just generally awesome at football defensive end of the New Orleans Saints. This would be a significant addition for Cincinnati, would give them the extra edge rusher I do believe this team is correctly searching for, not that few teams aren't looking for more edge help at some level. It would be a significant boost to defense, and it would reunite Cam Jordan and Trey Hendrickson, and I guess we'll call it really does become the Bayou Bengals even more than what it is right now with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase there. This was their trade idea. The Bengals get Cameron Jordan, and a second-round pick goes back to the New Orleans Saints. Bleacher Report said it was 61 overall. It's 60th overall because the Dolphins' first-round pick does not count. Everything gets pushed up one spot, so keep that in mind. More on this trade idea coming, but we are trying to get to, as soon as humanly possible, 1,000 subscribers here on our Bengals channel. We need the subs or else the bosses aren't going to let me do it anymore. So if you want free Bengals videos and more Bengals vids, hit that sub button for free, youtube.com/BengalsTV. More in depth on Cam Jordan, who has consistently been out there for the Saints and is consistently somewhere in that low-end season, 7.5 sacks. I don't think you're going to get the 15.5 sack guy anymore at this stage, but the caliber of player you are getting, even though he's older, is still a premier one. It would still be a massive, aggressive type of move that we don't often see the Bengals choose to make. It might fall a bit more in the Madden category style deal, but it would be a significant one for the Bengals, and it's certainly fun and entertaining to potentially see them add an impact piece like Cameron Jordan. From a pure player perspective, I think there's plenty of interest, hypothetically, in adding Cam Jordan. We'll spend some more time on why maybe it's not going to end up happening here, but I do want to hear from you guys in the comments section. Would you trade for Cam Jordan if you ran the Bengals? Let's say you're Duke Tobin. T for trade, P for pass. Go vote for me in the comments section. Now, the issue the Saints run into here from their standpoint is one of the Bengals kind of run into this issue as well. Jordan carries a $25.6 million cap hit. That's a lot more than you want to pay an aging player. It's also an easy contract to restructure. Now, Bleacher Report mentioned designating this a post-June 1st trade. Can't actually do that. It's not how it works. It's only for cuts. So, to trade him before the draft, the Saints only saved $2 million. That's not a lot of money to save and move on from your best or second best, maybe third best if you just loved Mario Davis and Marshawn Lattimore, defensive player, at least your best front four player. The Bengals would only owe Cam Jordan $14 million. That's not that bad. I think that's affordable, at least for the short term. So it makes sense for Cincinnati. I'm fine moving the second rounder. You might pigeonhole yourself into, making sure you get another lineman or whatever in round one. Maybe cornerback's a dark horse need there too. I think it makes a lot more sense for the Bengals than it ends up making sense for the New Orleans Saints when it's all said and done. But yeah, it'd be a fun addition for Cincinnati.